Have various weeks going on. Not many. We have one about Marvel, but we have a Mario 64 remake this year as well. So that's actually a surprising game to get a remake considering, but it is one of Nintendo's most important games as well. Mario 64, you know, basically was like Nintendo's first fully 3D game. And of course, doesn't hold up as well as other Nintendo's other early 3D games. Not that well, but it is still a game that millions of people do like as well. Full remake of the Mario 64 will be announced in the Mario themed Direct later this year. The Mushroom Kingdom is fully open world. As the player's side the character has been expanded upon, completing many pages around the Mushroom Kingdom gives you separate power styles. Stretch Mario's face using mouse controls. Peach's Fighter is fully voice acted. Elmo the Donkey Kong Bonanza was inspired by this, and Toy Tricks will release date for Switch 2 as well. Of course, some people will be upset that it isn't, Mario Odyssey 2, but I think a lot of people will be happy if they do go back to older Mario game, older 3D Mario games, and kind of remake them and retool them for more of a modern spin as well, or just add upon them like Mario 64, because Mario 64 has a lot of mysteries. Add in we can play as Luigi as well, because I know a lot of people were kind of upset you couldn't play as Luigi in this game, in the original Mario 64 as well, And I know Yoshi's in at the very end. You could just go talk to Yoshi at the very end of the game as well. But other than that, Mario 64, for some people, is kind of an outdated game, but it's still a very important game for Nintendo and the gaming industry as a whole. You gotta realize that as well. I know 3D games have existed without Mario 64. I know, but again, Mario 64 is the first good 3D game out there. With a fully functioning camera as well. Like, yes, there were 3D games that came out before Mario 64, but most of them were like, they didn't have like a free floating camera and stuff. Like, Crash Bandicoot, I played the game on like the remake version. The game, of course, isn't a Mario 64. You couldn't move around freely as well. You didn't have a free floating camera. You didn't have all these movement options. It was kind of a 2.5D game, okay? Well, it was 3D, but not. It was a mix between 2D and 3D, because I think the game had like 2D and 3D parts of the game as well. But yeah, or games like Star Fox, which was a linear rail shooter as well. But other than that, yeah, Nintendo's basically biggest game of all time, one of Nintendo's most important games of all time, is probably getting a full-out remake this year. And yeah, that's about this video here. Goodbye.